Buenos dias, peregrinos. You caught me in my pajamas this morning, so I apologize. But I was reading through some of the blog posts, and I thought I better do a quick one on pharmacies for you. Um, I've got a blog post on my blog, caminosantiago2.blogspot.com, and you can go there and do a search and see photos of the products that I'm going to mention. Instead of doing a screen sharing, I'd prefer to do that. And I'm going to try not to blind you with the glare in my glasses. I still haven't figured out how to get past that problem when making these very non-professional videos. So let's talk about pharmacies. The first thing that you need to notice is that in Spain, a pharmacy is called Farmacia, and they will display a big green cross instead of a red cross. So they're easy to see, and they're in almost every village that you pass through. There's a term that you'll want to learn or write down, and it is Farmacia de Guardia. Farmacia, Farmacia, de, Guardia, Guardia. And what this means is pharmacy on call. This is regulated by the local pharmacy authorities, and what it means is that there'll always be a pharmacy open in every area. Some will be open until midnight, and occasionally they'll be open 24 hours. Now, when I say in every area, you need to gain perspective here. You're walking really what would be a very short distance in an automobile, so the area that I'm talking about when I say every area could be 1 or 2 stages ahead of you. And in an emergency, you may need to take a taxi, which, that makes sense. If it's an emergency, it's an emergency. But chances are there's one really close to you. Pharmacies in Spain are different from pharmacies here. The pharmacists in Spain are allowed to prescribe a lot of medications that would require a prescription in the United States. You can walk into a pharmacy, tell them or show them your problem, most of them speak English, and they will prescribe what you need, whether it's the flu, a cold, bed bug bites, an injury, whatever it might be, a stomach ache. On one of our first Caminos, Joe had a second-degree burn on his leg, and we walked into a Farmacia. The pharmacist set him down in a chair, washed his wound, dressed it, gave him antibiotic ointment, a tube of it, and it cost like €6. It was great. We couldn't believe it. Now, with so many pilgrims on the Camino these days, you might not get that kind of personalized treatment, but you will find help. If you have prescription medication that you take every day, be sure and take the generic name for your prescription in case you lose it or run out. And even better would be a written prescription from your doctor. You shouldn't have any problems filling your prescriptions if you have a written prescription or the generic name, unless it's an opiate. In that case, there will be a doctor in almost every larger town who can help you, and the pharmacist can direct you to the doctor. So there's one drug that I love if I get a cold or the flu, and since we're worried about COVID, I don't know if this will be readily available or if they'll be out of it. I haven't walked the Camino since COVID hit and we were forced to leave, so it'll just be curious to find out whether or not they carry it. But this drug to me is a miracle drug. Be sure it doesn't conflict with any medications you're taking, so be sure to let the pharmacist know what you're already taking. I always carry this in my pack in Spain. I pick it up in Madrid or Pamplona and carry it along the way. And in Santiago, I'll pick up boxes of it and take it back home with me because I can't get it in the United States. And it's a really simple complex. I don't know why we can't get it here, but we can't. So look on my blog for a photo. It's called Fluimucil Complex, Fluimucil Complex. It comes in a little green or a white package. It's a little fizzy tablet that you drop into a quarter of a cup of water and let it dissolve and then drink. And my God, it just works like a miracle for me. It's a combination, let me see if I can pronounce these drugs, of paracetamol and acetylcysteine, which you would think you could get here, but I don't know. It's magic for me. If I get the cold or a flu, it clears my sinuses, clears my head, clears my lungs without making me sleepy, and allows me to continue walking. So it's really good stuff. Keep the photo on your phone and show it to the pharmacist and insist on this particular one, Flumucil Complex, because there are other Flumucil products that even may look like this, but they don't do the job. And you'll see photos of those on my website, on my blog site also. There's another one that's just for lungs. When I had valley fever as a child and spinal meningitis, and I was a sick kid occasionally. And when I get the cold or the flu, it really settles in my lungs. So there's another Flumucil that's really good to clear congestion in your lungs. It's a powder. It comes in little packets about this long and this wide. And they sell a lot of powders in Spain that you don't see here anymore. They used to sell them here, but not anymore. You pour it into a quarter cup of water. Warm water is what I usually use. Stir it quickly and drink it down. It loosens the phlegm and helps you cough up all the crap in your lungs and keeps your lungs clear. And again, there are pictures of this on my blog site. It's called Flumil, Flumil, and it's 200 milligrams of whatever it is. I'm not sure. Don't let them sell you any other type of Flumucil or Flumil. There's another effervescent tablet called Flumucil Forte, strong Flumucil, but it doesn't work for me at all. And there's photos of that on my site. There's a liquid. Joe brought me home the liquid one year when I didn't go, and it didn't work at all. So I'm really stuck on the Flumucil complex. It's what I like. When you go to the Pharmacia, you can buy all kinds of things. It's just like a pharmacy in the USA. You can get Compeed and other things for your blisters, Voltaren. You can get all kinds of anti-inflammatory creams. You can get alcohol Romero, which is alcohol infused with rosemary, and it's really good for massaging sore legs and muscles. You can find shoe inserts, elastic bandages, compression socks, KT tape, Spanish variety, shampoos and body washes, organic makeups. I mean, just everything. It's really worth a visit, especially in the large cities. But be careful not to weigh down your pack unless you need these things, because when you arrive in Santiago, there are several pharmacies that you can go to, and they're full of a lot of wonderful products that you can take back home. So, again, I suggest you copy the photo and keep it on your phone of Flumucil Complex. I hope you stay healthy and have no problems at all, but just in case, it would be nice to have that information with you. So, and I guess I have to make this note. I'm not suggesting you take any drugs at all. I'm simply telling you what works for me. Do your own research. Be sure the meds you pick up in Spain don't conflict with anything that you're already taking. All right, I hope this little video helps someone. Have a buen camino, and I'll talk to you later.